What's up gamers, lecture here of the World Rank 1 Gauntlet video for Diablo 4. This clear is currently the highest solo score achieved in all 4 weeks of the Gauntlet among all the classes for all players across the globe. To make this record, I had to make clever use of some game mechanics. I'll explain everything during the run, so let's roll the gameplay footage. I'm using a Blizzard Sorcerer build optimized for maximum speed and damage in the Gauntlet. You can find my in-depth written guide for this build on Icy Veins. This Gauntlet run starts off slow to prepare at least one key for the first Pillar of Glory, so let's cover some build mechanics. Sorcerers are the fastest class in Diablo 4 due to teleport enchantment turning the evade into a teleport, which works with the implicit effect on boots, attacks reduce evade's cooldown. There are a few ways to activate this mechanic to reduce the cooldown of evade teleport, the most obvious being casting any skill from your skill bar. Additional skills procced from unstable currents also count as an attack for the boots implicit, which is mostly utilized by lightning sorcerer builds like Arc Lash and Ball Lightning. I have an optional Arc Lash on my skill bar for this Gauntlet run to occasionally use when there are no enemies around, but the Blizzard Sorcerer doesn't rely heavily on unstable current procs in the Gauntlet. Which brings me to the final method utilized by Blizzard Sorcerers to quickly traverse the Gauntlet, Fireball Enchantment. The explosion on enemy death counts as an attack to further reduce evade cooldown. Cast blizzards on groups of enemies, but don't wait long to continue moving. Enemies that eventually die behind you during the long duration of blizzard will explode a fireball that resets your evade cooldown. Back to the Gauntlet run, I have the Malice boss pulled to take the Pillar of Glory right before it dies for the 2x bonus score buff, and then the artillery shrine that is spawned is taken immediately afterwards. This is a crucial time to score as many points as possible during the bonus, focusing on killing elites and bosses. The Sea Hag spawns a channeling shrine to allow more rapid teleporting, and the Tomb Lord spawns a lethal shrine to kill faster. A Pillar of Proving resets the enemies to allow for 3 more boss kills during the first bonus route. A major benefit to the Blizzard Sorcerer is the skill's ideal interaction with artillery shrines, exploding projectiles in a wide area around the location where Blizzard is casted. Not only is the evade teleport cooldown being reduced from enemies dying from blizzards trailing the sorcerer, but also enemies immediately exploded with artillery projectiles ahead of the sorcerer. This interaction makes the Blizzard Sorcerer stronger than any other sorcerer build in the Gauntlet. The first bonus route ends with the opening of a large chest, resulting in 630k points gained during the bonus effect. This is where the strategy gets really interesting. I intentionally die. To explain the reasoning behind this death, let's cover some Gauntlet mechanics. If you play in the Gauntlet with the Blizzard Sorcerer, you might notice runs differing in score by as much as 100k even when execution seems identical. This occurrence might look like random luck, but it's most likely due to the extra enemy horde spawns. Starting when you reach 60k score, and then happening every 20k obtained afterwards, an enemy horde incoming message will appear. A few seconds later, 3 elites will spawn at the location where the message was triggered. Lingering blizzards left behind you can kill these elites, which is important especially during the Pillar of Glory bonus effect. These spawns can be predicted and controlled to maximize score gains during bonus routes, but it takes a lot of practice to execute while still moving fast. My first bonus route backtracks a bit to make it easier to clear the extra spawning elites, although there is another strategy to control these incoming horde elites, which is where the intentional death comes in. Dying causes you to drop 33% of your score in embers on the ground. In this run I died after the first bonus route with 721k score to lower my score to 480k. I spawned my last enemy hordes at 720k score, and my next spawn will happen at 740k score. So dropping embers on the ground and leaving them there has effectively paused any incoming enemy hordes from appearing. Just to clarify, this death strategy does not cause you to spawn more elites, but rather store potential for later use. I continue my run, efficiently clearing enemies and resetting the map to raise my score back up to the previous score ceiling obtained before dying. The death strategy comes with a few downsides. There's a short time penalty of 5 seconds that must be waited on upon dying. After reviving, the spawn location can be a bit random and further set you back on time. Death also removes any shrine buffs, destroying any momentum in the run. Due to these downsides, the death strategy requires careful planning to even be worthwhile. Before I reach my next incoming horde spawn at 740k, I use the depth strategy again to extend the pause potential. This time I pick up the dropped embers from my previous depth to raise my score past my previous ceiling. Now incoming hordes from obtaining 740k score and every interval of 20k up to 920k spawn in one spot, and then the depth once again drops 33% of my embers on the ground. I continue my run with another pause on incoming hordes with a new score ceiling of 922k and 30 elites saved for later. Saving shrines to take after reviving can help you get back up to speed. Don't stop watching because the best part is yet to come. I finally take my last lap and second bonus with a rolling artillery and lethal shrine. 3 remaining bosses need to be killed, and then the climax happens at the end of the run. Enemy hordes start spawning again right here at 940k score, just in time for the final burst. At 1 million score, I come into the pack of 30 elites and 300k worth in embers on the ground to spawn 45 more elites. Killing these elites with a bonus causes a chain reaction of incoming hordes. The large chest is also open for an additional 20k score. That is how I stole rank 1 with a clever use of game mechanics 15 minutes before the Gauntlet week ended. The dev strategy puts on a spectacular show, but do you think it should be patched out of the game? Benefiting from death might seem like a backwoods mechanic, and it promotes unusual gameplay. Although, the dev strategy requires more planning and skill than a typical route to actually become an advantage. I'm not even sure that the dev strategy was better than typical play. I had to practice this run more than I like to admit, and just barely got rank 1 by 12k score above Makuna, who I believe didn't intentionally die. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Credit for the initial discovery applied to the dev strategy goes to my friend Rob2628. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget you can find my written guide for the Blizzard Sorcerer Gauntlet build on Icy Veins, along with all my other builds. I probably won't be pushing the Gauntlet for week 5, as the PTR for season 4 is currently live. I need to do a lot of testing on the PTR to update builds before the season starts. Hopefully I can release more videos soon, so subscribe to my channel for future Diablo 4 content. Until next time, peace out and happy slaying.